In the mid to late 80s, Kool Moe Dee was an unstoppable force in hip-hop.
But in general, we need a lot more positive rap to combat what they depict as negative rap, because what you don't realize is that negative rap never needed radio to survive. So when you slack off a rap because of negative rap, that makes the negative rap stronger, because that's all the kids are going to hear, because that comes straight from the street. So you have to combat the negative with the positive as opposed to pulling back.
At that time, remember, it was a rivalry between LL and Kool Moe Dee.
Absolutely.
We had no idea who we was going to run into in the hotel. LL Cool J. During the time when Moe Dee got on stage and performed, LL actually walked on the stage during the middle of his show. And people went crazy, went nuts. Mm-hmm. And he walked off, and then he said, "Don't you ever come on my stage again." And that's when he did the diss record to him called Let's Go.
So I even thought, and I literally, this is no breaking news, but I really, really thought I could beat Mike Tyson, quite frankly. That's why my ego was. I genuinely thought that, even to the point when when the thing happened with you and Melly Mel, people calling me, "Yo, what you gonna do?" Like?
Back in the mid to late 1980s, hip-hop was intense, gritty, and packed with non-stop competition. Beats hit hard, rhymes came out sharp, and every MC wanted to prove they were the best in the game. Right in the middle of that chaos came one of rap's most legendary rivalries ever, Kool Moe Dee versus LL Cool J. It was the ultimate old school against new school battle, with Kool Moe Dee representing the respected pioneers while LL Cool J stepped in as the bold new face of hip-hop. These two went straight at each other, creating wild moments that people in the culture still talk about today. The tension was real. Different styles, different generations, and huge egos crashing together through diss tracks, interviews, and public shots thrown back and forth. Respect had to be earned, and both artists fought hard for their place in rap history. Kool Moe Dee, born in New York City in 1962, was already making noise as one of hip-hop's early trailblazers. He built his reputation with the famous group Treacherous 3, a crew many fans credit as one of the true foundations of late 1970s rap culture. Kool Moe Dee became known for his rapid-fire delivery and sharp rhyme patterns that made him stand out from the crowd. His skill on the mic helped him rise fast, and by 1986, he was already winning big as a solo artist.
And I'm not trying to knock Tone Loc or Young MC or any other rappers that have gone pop. You know, I'm definitely happy for their success. But there's a lot of brothers like myself and KRS-One and Chuck D that are trying to say something positive and trying to uplift the race and trying to create some type of mental stimulation. And we're being suppressed basically through media and through radio. And I just want to try to get that support rolling again.
Meanwhile, LL Cool J, born James Todd Smith in 1968, was coming up as the fearless young star from Queens. Def Jam Recordings signed him when he was barely 16 years old, and he stepped into the rap game with huge confidence and a fresh sound that felt heavier and more aggressive than many artists before him. The mid to late 80s was a crazy era for hip-hop. The culture was growing fast, and every rapper wanted to dominate the spotlight. Run DMC and Public Enemy were shaking speakers with loud, hard-hitting records, while Rakim was changing rap forever with smoother flows and more complex rhymes that made people stop and listen closely. Competition was everywhere, and MCs constantly tested each other to see who really ran the game. Battles, sneak disses, and public shots were becoming part of hip-hop culture, so tension between generations was bound to happen. This rivalry became bigger than just lyrics. It turned into old school versus new school. Things really started heating up in May 1987 after LL Cool J rapped, "I'm only 18 making more than your pops," in his track, The Doo-Wop. That line from LL Cool J shocked a lot of people at the time.
How did the Kool Moe Dee start? How did that start? Because it seems like LL, you might not start it, but you definitely finished it.
Well, I said on the record, I said I'm only 18 making more than your pops, and he felt offended by that.
Ooh, what?
Making more than your pops. And he was offended because he thought it was the wrong message.
Because he was making more than his pops.
Well, no, he thought I was sending a bad message to young kids out there.
But Kool Moe Dee wasn't about to stay quiet and let it slide. He came from the era where respect in hip-hop meant everything, and he felt the younger generation was moving a little too reckless. LL's style was loud, fearless, and full of confidence, but Kool Moe Dee clearly wasn't impressed by the attitude coming from the rising young star. As one of the respected voices from rap's early days, Kool Moe Dee decided to answer back in a major way. He took direct aim at LL on his track How You Like Me Now, calling out what he saw as arrogance and a lack of respect for the culture's foundations. Even the album cover sent a message. Kool Moe Dee stood in front of a white Jeep crushing LL Cool J's famous red Kangol hat, a bold visual that instantly got people talking across the hip-hop scene.
I really thought I was going to be a boxer before MCing. I heard he said about fighting me, whatever. I said, I'd beat him in that also if it got down to it. And I said, really, quite frankly, where my ego worked at the time, it's like, I hope we did fight, because I would absolutely have a reputation over the top. Kind of like, when you knocked out Millie Mel in the boxing thing, it would have been over the top on my side, quite frankly.
But LL wasn't backing down at all. The next year, he returned fire with Jack the Ripper, a sharp diss track aimed straight at Kool Moe Dee. LL attacked with aggressive energy, fast flows, and non-stop confidence, making it clear he was ready for a direct battle on the mic. While both artists kept throwing subtle shots during interviews and public appearances, Kool Moe Dee came back again in 1987 with another diss track called Let's Go, and this time the tension got even more personal. Kool Moe Dee wasn't easing up at all. He pushed the rivalry even further. This time, instead of only calling out LL Cool J's attitude, he went after his originality and questioned whether the young rapper was truly bringing something new to the culture. The shots were getting sharper, and everybody in hip-hop was paying attention to the growing tension between the two MCs. LL Cool J came back swinging in 1990 with To the Break of Dawn, another major diss track that became a huge part of rap feud history in the early 90s. But this record didn't just target Kool Moe Dee. LL also fired shots at Ice-T and MC Hammer, turning the song into a full-on attack against several big names in hip-hop at once. At the time, LL and Ice-T were already trading tension after Ice-T's 1989 track I'm Your Pusher, where many listeners felt he hinted that LL Cool J cared more about commercial fame than lyrical depth.
It's about unity, not dividing the community. It's not about degrading another human being or disrespecting them. It's about educating them and bringing them out of the darkness into the light. That's what the little kids need to see. That's what the youth needs to hear. Because you would never hear me disrespect or degrade another human being on my record ever again.
LL answered hard on To the Break of Dawn, making it clear he wasn't letting those comments slide. MC Hammer also got caught in the mix, with LL criticizing Hammer's flashy mainstream success while proudly presenting himself as the more respected MC in the rap game. The competition between these artists kept pushing everybody back into the studio, and the non-stop lyrical battles created unforgettable moments in hip-hop culture. Even before the LL Cool J feud exploded, Kool Moe Dee already had a serious reputation in battle rap thanks to his famous clash with Busy B. Starsky, a battle many fans still call legendary today. That earlier battle history helped build Kool Moe Dee's image as a fearless competitor who never backed away from lyrical smoke. By the time his rivalry with LL Cool J exploded, fans were already expecting fireworks whenever the two names got mentioned together. Then, in 1995, LL dropped the remix of I Shot Ya from his 6th album, Mr. Smith, and in his verse, he confidently claimed he had already taken down every major rival in his path, including Kool Moe Dee, almost like he was closing the chapter on their long-running public feud once and for all. But the tension between these two didn't stay inside songs alone. Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J constantly used interviews, magazine features, and public appearances to throw shots at each other and challenge each other's credibility. Kool Moe Dee regularly criticized LL for what he believed was a lack of respect toward hip-hop pioneers. He also accused him of copying styles from earlier artists and focusing too much on image over substance. LL Cool J, on the other hand, brushed those comments off and acted like Kool Moe Dee was struggling to keep up with the newer generation of rap stars. He even joked at times that the older rapper was holding on to attention that was slowly fading away. Still, despite all the heated words and diss tracks, this rivalry never crossed into anything truly dangerous. In many ways, these rap battles helped push hip-hop culture forward and kept competition alive during one of the genre's biggest eras. As the years went on, the Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J rivalry slowly cooled down, but the impact of their battle never disappeared. What made this feud different was how much it represented a changing of the guard in hip-hop. Kool Moe Dee stood for the foundation, the lyrical discipline, the battle-tested style, and the early days when MCs earned respect face-to-face on stage. LL Cool J represented the next wave, younger, louder, more commercial, and fully ready to take rap into a bigger spotlight. A lot of fans were divided over who really won the battle. Some people believed Kool Moe Dee had the sharper lyrical attacks and stronger battle experience, while others felt LL Cool J proved he was the future of hip-hop with his confidence, hit records, and non-stop energy. Even years later, rap fans still debate which artist came out on top in the legendary clash. One thing nobody could deny was how much both artists pushed each other creatively. Their diss tracks became part of hip-hop history, and younger rappers paid close attention to how these two MCs handled competition on the mic. The rivalry helped shape battle rap culture and showed the world that hip-hop could mix skill, personality, and controversy all at the same time without backing down from the pressure. Even after the public feud slowed down, the influence of Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J could still be felt across hip-hop for years. Their rivalry became one of the clearest examples of how rap was evolving during the late 80s and early 90s. Older artists were trying to protect the culture they helped build, while younger rappers were hungry to break rules, take over charts, and create a brand new sound for the next generation. Kool Moe Dee never stopped defending the importance of lyricism, originality, and respect for hip-hop's roots. He often spoke about how the culture was changing fast and warned that style should never become more important than real skill on the mic. Meanwhile, LL Cool J kept proving he could survive every challenge thrown his way. He stayed successful through multiple rap eras, dropped hit records, and became one of the biggest names in entertainment overall. What really made this rivalry unforgettable was the energy behind it. Every diss track, interview, and public jab felt like a major event in hip-hop at the time. Fans picked sides, DJs talked about it non-stop, and the media helped turn the feud into a huge cultural moment. Decades later, people still study this battle as one of rap's classic examples of competition done through lyrics, confidence, and pure mic presence.
Kool Moe Dee is in the building, who I listened to. I used to stare at his records as a little kid, dreaming of what it would be like to be able to make an album, make a record, to get into music and to do my thing. So Mo, I appreciate you and thank you for that, for this thing that you started. I'm a day one fan.
Looking back now, the Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J feud wasn't just about two rappers trading insults. It marked a major turning point in hip-hop history. The battle showed how fast the culture was growing and how every new generation wanted to challenge the one before it.
If you could battle any rapper today, a hot rapper today, who would you target? And I would assume that you wouldn't just be battling just to be battling. You battle on principle.
Yes.
Somebody's saying something that you don't like, you feel like you got to get at them.
And like I said, again, I think Kendrick Lamar is absolutely way more cerebral than people give him credit for. My favorite MC of all the newer guys is J. Cole for sure. I like Drake also, but he's more commercial than everybody else would.
What started as lyrical competition quickly became one of the most talked about rivalries in rap, with fans breaking down every song, every interview, and every slick comment thrown back and forth. Kool Moe Dee brought experience, battle-tested skills, and the mindset of a true hip-hop pioneer who believed respect had to be earned. LL Cool J came in with youthful confidence, crossover appeal, and a fearless attitude that helped redefine what a rap superstar could look like. Their differences created non-stop tension, but that tension also pushed both artists to sharpen their craft even more. Today, many hip-hop fans still rank their diss tracks among the most important rap battles ever recorded. Songs like How You Like Me Now, Jack the Ripper, and To the Break of Dawn became part of rap folklore and helped inspire future generations of MCs to speak boldly on records without holding back creatively. Whether people sided with Kool Moe Dee or LL Cool J, one thing stayed clear. This rivalry left a permanent mark on hip-hop culture. The wild part about this whole rivalry is that both Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J ended up helping hip-hop grow bigger than ever, even while going at each other non-stop. Their feud brought massive attention to battle rap and showed fans that competition could actually push artists to level up creatively instead of playing it safe. Every response track raised the pressure, and neither rapper wanted to look weak in front of the culture. Back then, rap beefs weren't driven by social media posts or viral live streams. Artists had to respond directly through music, interviews, radio appearances, and live performances. That made every diss feel more serious because fans had to wait and see who would answer back next. The streets, radio stations, and magazines were all locked in on the drama surrounding Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J during their peak years. Even though the rivalry created tension, there was still a level of respect underneath the competition. Both MCs knew they were battling someone with real talent and real influence in hip-hop. Over time, the feud became less about personal anger and more about proving who could dominate the microphone and control the culture's attention. That competitive spirit became part of what made the golden era of hip-hop feel so legendary and unforgettable. In the end, the Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J feud played out mostly through music, with both artists believing they came out on top. Their rivalry captured the raw competitiveness that defined hip-hop during the 1980s and 1990s. Every diss track brought more attention, more debate, and more excitement to the culture. Fans rushed to hear the latest responses, and many of those songs turned into massive records that helped both rappers reach even bigger audiences. As the years passed, the tension between the two legends eventually cooled off. The public shots became less frequent, and both artists moved forward with their careers. LL Cool J later admitted that he had always respected Kool Moe Dee and was a fan of his work from the very beginning. In a way, the rivalry pushed both MCs to sharpen their skills and create some of the most memorable tracks of their careers. By the early 90s, the feud slowly faded as hip-hop entered a brand new era. Fresh sounds, rising stars, and major regional rivalries started taking over the spotlight. Still, both Kool Moe Dee and LL Cool J left behind major legacies in rap history. Kool Moe Dee earned respect as one of hip-hop's true pioneers, while LL Cool J grew into one of the culture's biggest mainstream superstars and continues making music even today. This legendary clash will always be remembered as one of rap's classic battles, packed with lyrical shots, huge personalities, and unforgettable moments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with other hip-hop fans, and drop a comment below. Back then, who did you think won the battle? Kool Moe Dee or LL Cool J?